In 1988, a fight broke out on the set during taping, and Geraldo was right in the middle of it.
I think you know when you watch Geraldo, you're getting someone who really is not afraid to get in there and get his hands dirty.
Obviously, many people do like him, but that hasn't stopped the sniping from TV critics who consider him the king of trash TV. Geraldo hopes most viewers look past the stunts and the shouting to find a worthwhile message in most of his shows.
There is a nugget of information. There's a nugget of information. People walk away from this program with something being learned. It's not like a soap opera in that sense, which are the competing programs to daytime talk shows.
Geraldo doesn't know how long talk shows like his will be in vogue, but he says as long as there's freedom of speech, he'll be giving the people what they want, with no apologies.
If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy?
Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you for subscribing. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that button, hit that like button, share it with your friends. Hog Dog News. For the most game dog and American Pit Bull Terrier owners, they have a high knowledge in like stuff for the vet. Cause see, like when throughout the years, you know what I'm saying, and I know most dog owners are just like me. You know what I'm saying? Pit Bull owners especially. Like throughout the years, them vet bills and all going to that vet start costing and adding up. And you learn how to do certain things by yourself, and you really end up not going to the vet until you really need it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I am. As the years went on, I mean, a lot of stuff I started learning how to do myself. And you know, you gotta go to the vet and get the rabies shots and different things like that or whatever. But when I find myself at the vet is when I really need it. You know what I'm saying? When it's really serious or something, and I can't control it or I can't handle it. You know. But anyway, I had to call the vet because I had a little itch problem and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So they told me something and I'm gonna share it with y'all. Like they said, you know, one thing you can do is wash your dog with oatmeal shampoo. You know what I'm saying? Shampoo with oatmeal in it is good for the skin. It soothes the skin and it helps it stop itching if it's just like a allergy problem or something like that, or a little skin irritation or something. If it's not something too bad, if it's not something that needs medication for. So if your dog doing a lot of scratching, a lot of itching, just try a little oatmeal bath before you go into the real expensive area of it. You know what I'm saying? Just try a little oatmeal bath, maybe that'll work. And try to switch up his dog food, because some dogs have allergic reactions to certain foods and like little corns and things in certain foods and little ingredients in certain foods. Certain dogs' body don't go along with it. So maybe you have to, you know, switch the food up. Another thing, always check your dog pads when you're doing a lot of walking. Don't make no difference what kind of dog you got. You do a lot of walking, a lot of working with your dog on hard surfaces and different things. Always check their pads, you know what I'm saying? Because the pads get wore out and burned down. So if that's the case, then you just go to the feed store or wherever you get your dog supplies from and get some of that dab for the pads. Some people even put little socks and stuff on their dog feet. You know, you might think it looks funny, but it helps the dog. You know what I'm saying? It really helps the dog in the long run. Now the next two things I'm gonna talk about, it's just in case any breed of dog, don't make no difference what breed of dog you is, you may, anything can happen to your dog where it gets a cut on it or a scratch or abrasion or something like that. Alright, what you do, you can go to the store and buy this stuff. It's called Granulex. This is for the actual cut itself. You spray it in the cut and you'll see all the dirt, like you know how you do peroxide on your cut and you see it foam up? That's exactly what it's gonna do. It's gonna foam up around the cut, clean the area and stuff like that, and keep the germs around. You know what I'm saying? And this other stuff that I'm telling you about is called Novosign. It's blue. You can get that. Alright. What you do, you're gonna mix that with water into a bigger jug. And all that is like a cleaning solution for you to get the dirt out of the cut. As far as if it's a deeper wound. If it's not, see the Granulex that I was telling you about is just for scratches and stuff like that. If your dog get a pretty decent scratch on them. But the stuff that I'm telling you about, the Novosign, you mix that with water, you know, so you can save it. Mix it with water and then you flush it through the wounds. Wherever it's wound at, you just flush it through the wounds, and it's gonna, kill all the germs and make sure you don't get any infections and stuff like that. I don't care what breed of dog you have, you will not have a happy dog if you do not stay on your dog blood count. Make sure you stay up on your dog blood count. Like, especially people who work their dogs or have some type of working dog that they put them in a lot of intense activities. Make sure your dog blood count stay high. Make sure you're giving them stuff with B12 and red blood cells stuff, and a lot of different vitamins and things. Like, you gotta stay on that stuff, because you can't ask your dog to push and give you all he got if his blood count is low, because he's gonna gas out immediately. Now I'm gonna tell y'all fellas, man, a little story about this Eli Carver dog that I had dealings with, and I hope y'all don't make this mistake, and that's why I'm telling y'all this story, you know what I'm saying, to bug out with y'all for a few minutes. Plus, I hope you don't make this mistake, you know what I'm saying, because it could not turn out for you the way that it turned out for me. But anyway, this dog that you see behind me, what happened was, when I was going with the flirt pole back and forth, the dog grabbed the rope that was on the flirt pole. So I tried to get it from him for a while, and he wouldn't let go. So I pulled him through my legs, and I took my breaking stick that I had, and I grabbed the rope with my left hand. I had the dog between my legs, bracing the dog between my legs. I grabbed the rope with my left hand, and I took the breaking stick, and I started prying the dog's jaws off the rope, trying to get the flirt pole out of his mouth. So what happened, as I pried his jaws loose, but when he let go, he reached in for another bite. And when he reached in for another bite, he grabbed the rope and my thumb at the same exact time. And instantly, I started screaming his name. I grabbed him out of the muzzle, and I started screaming his name. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't, all this happened in a matter of seconds. It's like 7:30 in the morning. Nobody's outside but me. And if it was somebody outside, nobody could help me at that time. But anyway, he got me by the thumb and the rope at the same exact time. The first thing that came to my mind, instantly when he grabbed me, is this about to be some movie shit out here. He about to rip my thumb off. I'm about to see blood squirting everywhere. And I'm going to probably faint within 2 to 3 seconds after I see my thumb ripped off like that with all that blood. So first thing I try to do is, I gripped him around the head, threw him in the headlock. And one thing you always got to remember, which I remember, it helped me out a lot at being up, that I dealt with dogs a lot. I stayed calm, even though I was scared. Now, I'm not going to lie, I was scared because I know it was out of control. He wasn't listening to what I was saying. He was just focused in on the rope. He thought he had a rope, and he wasn't letting the rope go no matter what I said. But he had my thumb with the rope this time, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, the thing you gotta do, and the first thing I did was threw him in the headlock, and I took him off his feet to the ground. Because I knew if the pit bull stayed on his feet, he was gonna start shaking eventually. Once he started shaking, I was gonna lose control of the fight, and my thumb as well. So first thing I did was took him to the ground. I'm still calling his name, trying to get him to come loose. He's not thinking it. Like, he's not trying to bite me. He think he got the rope, and he's not even worried about, like, I'm all on this dog. I'm like, yo, let go, blah, blah, blah. Let go. I'm telling him let go, he not letting go. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared. I'm like, yo, I'm thinking in my head, my thumb about to pop off. He got the grip. And in the middle of the story, I'm going to stop and tell you this real. For anybody who got a pit bull that bites people, please keep your dog under control. Because I'm a well-seasoned dog man. And I promise you on everything I love. My thumb was in his mouth, and I tried with all the strength I had. I couldn't budge the dog's jaws. I couldn't even budge it. Like, I'm trying to get with my life on the line. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got me by the thumb, but he got me by my thumb. And it feels the same way if your life on the line. I'm trying to pull his mouth open, and I couldn't budge his jaws. You know what I'm saying? He not even worried about letting go. He not thinking about letting go. So now I'm wrestling him on the ground like an alligator. Me and him stayed on the ground probably about close to 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Give or take. Might have been a little less. I was scared, so I might have been exaggerating, but I stayed on top of him for the longest. And I was like trying to creep my thumb out. I could never creep it out. But I would never let him off that ground. Because once I let him off the ground, he on all fours, it was going to be a shaking season. And he was gonna be backing up off me, trying to shake the rag, think he's shaking the rag, and he was gonna be shaking my thumb until he probably would have snapped it off and had it in his mouth, eventually. Like I said, and that's back to me fainting again in the middle of the front yard. My grandma would have came outside, people would have came outside, and they'd be like, what the hell wrong with him? I'm out there done fainted. The dog ain't worried about me. But anyway, back to the story. I got I got the dog in a full, you know what I'm saying, grip headlock. I'm wrestling him on the ground. I'm yelling everything I can for him to let me go. He ain't trying to let go. So the main thing you gotta do is stay calm. You know what I'm saying? If he's not actually going in for the throat on you right that second, stay calm, hold the dog, you know what I'm saying, the best you can. Hold that dog the best you can and stay calm as you can. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only thing that's going to help the situation. I stayed calm, I held him, I knew I got him, and what happened, make a long story short, I eventually got it where I can pull my thumb. I pulled my thumb. As soon as I pulled my thumb, I threw the flirt pole like within 5 or 6 feet away from me. He instantly shot after the flirt pole. He didn't care about my thumb. He didn't even know he had my thumb. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't let go when I told him to let go. You know what I'm saying? That's the only problem I had with him. You know what I'm saying? And he put a little hole in my hand. You know what I'm saying? But the most damage was nerve damage. My hand was probably numb for probably close to a month after that. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't no hard feelings between me and that dog. I didn't think he did nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Especially being me as a dog, man. I just made a mistake myself. You know what I'm saying? By trying to do something I shouldn't have been doing. I learned from that mistake. I won't do it on no other dog, I tell you that. And y'all boys be careful so y'all won't make it happen on y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because I could have easily lost my thumb or anything, you know what I'm saying? And the dog didn't turn on me, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of times throughout all this dog stuff that we do, you know what I'm saying, that you will get bit and the dog is not turning on you, you know what I'm saying? Just like they say you ride a motorcycle, you're going to fall, you know what I'm saying? That's why I got rid of my bike. I don't want to fall and hit that concrete, you know what I'm saying? But with these dogs, you're going to get bit one way or another soon, like something, one way or another, you know what I'm saying? You just got to know how to handle the situation. Know how to handle the situation and everything probably, you know what I'm saying, roll out the right way. But what I want to know is, would a lot of y'all dog men have gotten rid of that dog? You know what I'm saying? I want to know that. You know what I'm saying? Just an honest, you know what I'm saying, question. Should I have gotten rid of that dog when he did all that? Or was that just my mess up, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, just take it like a man and keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying? I just want to ask y'all boys that. Should I have got rid of him or just take it, you know what I'm saying, and keep on moving? And I had a friend ask me what I think about treadmills with puppies. Puppies with treadmills, I think, this is my opinion, you know what I'm saying? And I, like, you know what I'm saying, everybody do it how they do it. But this is my opinion. I think it's good to introduce your puppy to the treadmill at a young age, to let him see and to know how to work it. But I don't think you should continually work him on it, because I think his muscles need to develop first before you start breaking them down. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's good to introduce him to the whole system, you know, the harness and being inside the walls and all that, so he can, you know, not be scared of when he get a little older. But I don't think he should focus on it while he's young. Me, myself, I'm more of a, just pump my dog with dog food as a puppy, get him big as I can get him, and then start, you know, exercising, getting muscles and stuff on him as he get a little older, you know what I'm saying? I'm more of a, just stuff my dog with food and get that size on him first type guy. And for any person that owns dogs that feel the same way I do, like they don't go to the vet every single time something happens, you know what I'm saying? For you, it'd be pretty good to own a staple gun as well, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's a lot of times where your dog might get a cut or might try to, a fence or anything could come. He could be trying to climb out the cage and get a scratch or something on it, and you might have to staple the wound together, you know? It just depends on how far along you is with your home care, your home dog care, or if you comfortable with your home dog care, or if you're more comfortable going to the vet, you know what I'm saying? Because I really, you know what I'm saying? I you know what I'm saying? I'm really for the vets, you know what I'm saying? I'm 100% for the vets. It's just, you know, I'm so used to doing my own thing. I don't pretty much, like I say, I don't go to the vet until my dog is just down and out. You know, I pretty much do all my own shots, my own everything, except for the rabies. Some good raw eggs will definitely have your coat shining. You know, an egg or two in the feed every other day or something like that, and you'll see the difference in the coat. The coat will be real shiny, you know what I'm saying? You can buy stuff out the store too as well proteins and stuff to help their coat. But, you can also dump an egg in there. They're going to eat the egg, they're going to eat the yolk, the shell, and everything, you know what I'm saying? And that'll help their coat. And before I get up out of here, man, how about the Fury and the Wilder fight last night, man? Woo! That was a barn burner. Them boys were knocking each other out left and right. That fight was all about whoever got the knockout blow in and whenever they could land it. Because every time one of them guys stunned the other one, they would start going in for the kill, and then they end up knocking the guy down. Once they got stunned, that was it. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened Fury was stunning Wilder more than Wilder was stunning Fury. You know what I'm saying? Mike gonna hold y'all up. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate y'all for watching. Geraldo Hirsch holding it down. Hog Dog News, Pelican Bay K9.